Hey everybody, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, California, and I am so excited today to show you a whole bunch of new stuff that I got at Onstage this past weekend. Onstage is our gathering of all our demos from, actually this one was all across the US and Canada. There were several, 2,000 or 3,000, I don't know if I ever heard the actual number, demonstrators there. Any demonstrator can go. They had some special stuff that I'll show you just for us Silver Elite people at certain level and above. But everybody got to go see new product, see friends in our groups that we only get to see otherwise on Facebook. And it was just a lot of fun. But the star of the show was the fact that we got to see and play with new product from the new annual catalog. So as you can see, the catalog looks a little bit different this year. And this is actually all I'm allowed to show you in the catalog is the front. And I think I could show you the back, but it's just basically a pretty scene of people gathering and gonna do some stamping. And that's what Stampin' Up! Is all about. I mean, our founder and CEO both are reminding us that the big reason that we gather is to become friends, you know, not just to stamp and make beautiful cards, is to become friends and, in their words, combat loneliness, because there's a lot of people out there who don't know each other, don't have a lot of people to gather with. And this is one way that people can gather together. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm truly live here because I'm not seeing anybody on yet. So I'm hoping that you guys are coming on. Yay. Anyway, hey Doris, somebody's here anyway. I was just saying how much fun I had at Onstage, which is our gathering of demonstrators and showing everybody the brand new catalog. And all I'm allowed to really show you is the outside. But, and as you can see, there's no sneak peek there, but I do have a couple sneak peeks of things. But I thought I'd start with some of the stuff that they gave us. So this is a wonderful backpack. Oh my God, you guys, it's huge. It has all of these little pockets and organizing things. And of course, a place inside here for you to put everything you would stamp with, a little cord to put your battery pack. One of our group made us all little name things for our backpacks so we could all tell them apart, which was perfect because you got a whole room of people with the same one. We got our little badges with our names and what we excelled at this year and what level we're at. We wore those around. We got this, now I've already got stuff on it. Cool, soft kind of sided thing to take notes in, which I did all weekend. We got this, whole thing of grid paper, paper pumpkin grid paper. We got, what else did we get? We got this little bag that I thought was supposed to be like a lunchbox, large lunchbox, but then you open it up and it has all these dividers. So you could use this as a makeup case, but we also, hey Minda, good to see you. We also actually found out from the officials that this is supposed to be a carrying case for your tools. So if you're going to like a class or something, you can stick them in there. I doubt you guys will be able to buy these or get them if you weren't there, but sometimes they put them on. And we had a little party with some light up stuff and dancing. And then, oops, let's turn those off. We got this little, it was funny though how we couldn't really tell what some of these things were, like that makeup case, whatever. Oh, from Honolulu. You know what? My daughter is there right now. Wave to her. She said they're just going to North Shore to check it out. We got this little case that's like a little pencil case that once you sit it down, you pull this down and your pencils pop up and it, you know, becomes more stable. Hey, Teresa. And now on to some product of things that we got at Phillips. I think actually I'm going to turn you down to show you some product and to talk about that, because one thing we got was we got what's going to be a new kit. Really, you know, as you can already tell now, they're making a big deal about kits. You're getting 2 of them released every month. And this is going to be a new one coming out soon. I don't think it's even out now. And this kit is called Hooray for Honeycomb because it has these little honeycomb things you can, you know, put on your cards. And I suppose it kind of depends if you're mailing it. If you're mailing it, you could mail it like this and let the person open it up. If you're going to hand it out, then I'd probably open it up already. Or most of them are putting the honeycomb on the inside. But that was one of the things we got to play with. I actually didn't even play with it because I didn't even really have time, because we were talking with people. And then we also got to play with, oh, why can't I find? Oh, here, look at the catalog while I'm playing. Here we go. The other thing we got to play with was these new kind of cards and envelope kits. And, you know, they come with the matching envelope and card, and then they have what they're calling ephemera packs. And the pack would have all these different, these are not stamped, they're just punched out, same with the little tag things. And then you just use a stamp set of your choice to stamp whatever you want in there. And so it's like sort of stamping on your own, but sort of even easier, like kind of next step up from the kits. And this was the new stamp set that we used called Simply Said. This is a fabulous stamp set to use to buy if you are a new stamper or have a customer who's a new stamper, because as you can see, it's got almost every sentiment that you could need to do new cards with. So that's, you know, one of the new stamp sets from the catalog. And then the other thing that I got, they do what they call these prize patrols. Everybody has a number on their, you know, on their name badge, and they call out a number, and you stand up and you get one of these things for free. So what I got on my prize patrol is this paper called Country Woods. It goes with some country-ish looking stamp sets that I can't show you because I don't have them. But some of them, oh, I guess I just did it like this, are, you know, kind of backgroundy, woodsy things, light and dark. Whoa, what color is that? Colors in here are basic beige, basic gray, crumb cake, early espresso, gray granite, misty moonlight, pecan pie, petal pink, pool party, smoky slate, and wild wheat. That's kind of cool. Has a little petal pink, both of them do. So these woodsy looking ones that are, you know, always really popular because you can use them as backgrounds for anything. Well, that's the Misty Moonlight one, I'm guessing. Yep. All right, so that's a paper pack that will be in the new catalog. All right, and then I got one other stamp set that I'm waiting to show you for a minute because I wanted to show you some brand new in colors. So all of you know that the 2022-2024 in colors, the Parakeet Party, etc., are going away, and here are the new in colors. So that is Peach Pie. See, now I actually have to remember, and that's going to be difficult. This is Petunia Pop. This is Pretty in Pink, which apparently is a returning color. This was before my time as a demonstrator, but if you have the old Pretty in Pink, it's making a comeback. This is Shy Shamrock. And this is Summer Splash, which kind of looks like a lighter version of our Bermuda Bay. But what do you guys think? These are the new in colors. They showed them to us all over the place. If you guys have been following my Stamp with Dr. Robin Facebook, I showed you various pictures of these. They had us vote on which one, at least for the moment, we liked the best. The winner was the Petunia Pop. And second place, close second, was Summer Splash. And they also had us do, if you want to see how these look in stamping them and in using the markers. Obviously, I can't follow directions because I got them off a little bit. All of these images, too, came from a new stamp set that I don't have yet. But I will be getting. So do you guys have a favorite yet? Yeah, Vicky, I like the Petunia Pop too. That was my choice, but I really like these colors. I think they're going to be great for summery kind of things. Some of the other little, I'm going to miss some of the old outgoing in colors, but I'm excited about the new ones. They had us do a little thing about what's your favorite group of stamps, your color families. Mine are brights. So I got a little sticker about being a bright person. And then they also, we got these color wheels. And this color wheel is going to be in the annual catalog, so you'll be able to see it up close. But they talk even in the catalog about complementary colors, which are, basically red, yellow, blue, and then move them around. So if you look basically right across from whatever, like Peach Pie and Misty Moonlight, you will see, wow, that is a great color combination of things that go together. Same thing with these triadic ones, and this, what they're calling analogous, which to me is more like, things that are next to each other on the color wheel that are kind of monochromatic if you use them together. And when we make a card, now I'm going to show you that. Before we get to my last stamp set and card making, there's a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. One is my birthday bash buffet that is coming up this Saturday all day here. If you're local, come and make a whole stack of birthday cards. If you're not local, I will be happy to sell you the PDF so that you can make them yourself for $25, or if you put an order in with me that's $35 or more, I'll send you 8 of those PDF cards, or a PDF with 8 cards worth of directions and measurements and pictures and such. And if you place a $70 order with me, I'll send you a PDF for all of them. Right now I have 16 cards, but I may add another one just for fun. Second thing is, if you're local, I just started this month teaching at Oasis in Rancho Bernardo, which is a kind of, I don't want to call it senior centers because you only have to be 50 to go there. And they've got all sorts of wonderful classes and lectures and such. And once a month, I'm going to be teaching card classes there. And the upcoming one is April 1st. So go on San Diego Oasis and you can find that. Then the other thing is what came out today which is our last chance list. So this is really important for everybody to know. In this new catalog, it's set up a little differently, but there's a ton of stuff, and I don't expect you to be able to look at this, but you can go online now and look at the last chance list, which is things that are in the annual as well as the mini catalog that are not carrying over differently. So there is, I think on the end of it, it'll tell you that some of them will have like a little asterisk next to them, and that'll often mean it's like a bundle that's carrying over, but it won't be in bundle form. So if you want it, getting it now is better than getting it after May. And, you know, we got a last chance list order for the annual catalog as well as the mini. This just came out an hour ago, so I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I've looked at this new catalog enough to know there's some carryover, but there's a ton that's not. And what I want you guys to especially look at is the pages in the annual catalog that have paper, because there's only a few paper that's carrying over, like the lavender paper is carrying over, and the nature something one, the one with the gold and the pebbled path and copper clay one, that's carrying over, but most of the DSP's not carrying over. And in the annual catalog, there's a bunch of kind of supply things that I want you to look at. Like there's several of these blocks, like this size block, I believe, is a G block. This size block is not carrying over. And this size block, A block, is not carrying over. So if those are blocks that you like and use and you want extras, you need to get them now. They're not on sale, but they're not carrying over. If you like vellum, it doesn't look like it's carrying over. Obviously, you can always get vellum somewhere else, but our vellum is amazing and thick and easy to work with, and I am getting myself some because I like having vellum. Most of the dye, some things are on sale, some things are not. So just look, this column are things that are on sale. Look at in the annual catalog, there's a lot of them. And especially when you get to, look at this, these are all on sale. These are dyes usually, almost all. Look at how much is on sale, you guys, from the annual catalog. This whole column will have a percentage that's on sale. I think 50% was the highest. There may have been a 60, but look especially at the dyes, punches, etc. Those are the ones they tend to want to really get rid of, okay? So there's a ton of those on sale. Was there anything else I wanted to make sure you knew? I think that was it. Okay, so this is also something that they gave us called Leaf Collection. It is one of those really large F blocks. If you don't have an F block, you need one. Stamp sets that I know a lot of people are afraid of. I did a whole class on different ways to use these. I'll go over a few of them today, and we're going to do a card with this. And if I can find the card, here we go. So this is the card we're going to do today. And you notice this birthday wishes came from that other stamp set that I already showed you called Simply Said, because again, it has everything you need. So this is called my Something Old, Something New card, because obviously this stamp set is new, and you'll notice there's different colors on here, and we'll go over that. This is the old garden green and red. I actually have a lot of the garden green because I used all the red at holiday time. So, and then these are the old in color dots, but the stamp set is new. Other ways to use, you know, people go, well, how do I use this except as a background? Well, you can emboss it. This is embossed in gold. And look how different it looks. I mean, that looks like a different stamp set. I love Blackberry Bliss. It's one of my favorite colors. They also showed us a really cool card with it embossed in white on Lost Lagoon. So obviously I haven't made a card yet, but I love the way it looked like that. And so today we are going to make this card. All right, so how to use these kind of stamps. Let me get my stuff out here. The way I like to use them is I like to use, first of all, no matter what size, ultimately my card is going to be, I like to use a full quarter sheet, so 5.5 by 4.25, and then cut it down. Why? Almost always something goes wrong around the edges, and I want to have my option about what I'm going to be cutting off versus having to start over. Second thing is, if you have a glass mat, you can probably just sit it here on your glass mat. I realize not everybody does, so I usually will mount it. Now, to me, this F block is too big, and once you turn it over, it's too hard to get it straight on here. So I use it here like this, put this down. Well, let's just do it. Let's ink it up and do it, right? So as you saw in the card, this card uses several different colors. How did I do that? Well, there's two ways you can do it. Sometimes I will ink up the whole thing in one color and then add the other color on top. With this one, what I did was do part of it in Lemon Lime Twist, part of it overlapping just slightly in Granny Apple Green. Just make sure you get everything. And like I said, they had a similar card to this at Onstage. And then what I did is took a little sponge dauber and kind of smoothed out the area where they're kind of crossing over. Okay, so it's not such a harsh line there. And then I also took some garden green and I went around the edges in the garden green. Now, knowing that I'm going to end up cutting off some of these edges, I did come in more than I otherwise would have. And then I also put a little bit of garden green on other places so that it would kind of show up in a couple different places. All right. So then remember what I said, I'm going to put this down on top. You really don't want to move it, so when you put it down, it's there. And then cover it with some scratch paper and rub. So this is my alternative. Yeah, Vicki, the font is really teeny. What I tend to do on those last chance lists is sometimes someone will redo it. I tried to do it on my computer, and I'm not as computer literate to be able to do that, to print it larger, but what I can do is just make the font like 150 or 200% and just look at it and read it. Now these don't go live on sale till April something, so we have a couple of weeks to ponder it. If there's something though that you really, really want, like in color, old in colors that are going out, and those don't usually, I didn't have a chance to look at all of it. You get them now because they're not usually on sale. So look at that. Is that not beautiful? And obviously every time you do it, it's going to come out just slightly different, right? All right, so now it's under everything here, but I'm going to get my paper cutter. Because remember I said this is 5.5 by 4 1/4, and I'm just going to cut it down a little bit. So we'll make it 4 by 5 1/4. Now, what we're not going to do is let this go to waste. So I'm cutting it down to 3 1/4. Whoops, can't even see that. Excuse me, 3 3/4. And we are going to, was that 3 3/4? That didn't have very much taken off. Yeah. Okay. And we are going to use that in a minute. All right. So let's get our card base ready. Just regular card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I guess we can do this one first, because what I'm going to do is just use that little bit that I cut off on the bottom on the inside. And so that'll make it just kind of tie in with the front. You know, we're always looking for different kind of things to put on the inside of cards. All right, so that's going to be the outside of our card. Let's stamp the sentiment. This is comes from the Something Fancy die set, and this die set is carrying over to next year, so you don't have to rush and get that one. And then I don't remember which one I did, but I think I did the garden. Which one is this? Granny Apple Green. And if it's not, we can also try doing it in garden green, because that would be pretty also. And then, because I have all these things out, I actually did a little sponging on here. Oh, actually, this is a different one. It is the same die set, but I grabbed a different one. This is something I haven't done in forever, which is do a little edging, sponging along the edges here. And you can use any of these 3 colors to do this. When I used that bigger one, that bigger die cut, it just seemed a little lonely. All right, so this is some garden green ribbon. This is not carrying over, but I thought it looked so pretty, and I didn't have any other green ribbon. This is the one that came in that little 2-pack with the red, and in the annual catalog. I'm sure it's going to be on sale. Like I said, this sale list just came on an hour before I did my live, so I didn't have time to totally look at it. But I used up so much of the red doing the holiday cards that I have just a ton of this green, garden green, left over. Come on, go through the little hole. Just trying to tie a knot, not even a bow. know this is a simple card, but I knew I had so much stuff to show you guys today that I just wanted to make it simple today. Plus, honestly, Stampin' Up! Keeps telling us everybody wants more simple cards. Would you guys agree that simple is best, or you guys like it with everything on it? Looks good. Are you guys simple crafters, or give me more crafters? Oops. All right, so let's get some dimensionals on here. Just remember, you guys, when you have a ribbon like this one's not very thick, but in general, when you have a ribbon, you want to try putting your dimensionals above and below where that ribbon goes so that it doesn't get stuck. Sometimes if you end up with all the dimensionals right on the ribbon, then it will have trouble sticking, and it kind of raises up. Okay, time for a little bling. So these are from the 2022-2024 in colors. You can tell, like, you know, there's 5 of them. That Sweet Sorbet one, History. But let's put a few of those around. I think we'll do maybe one here. Always kind of an odd number you want. So there's 5 of them. We could move one of these out a little bit more so they're not all kind of in the same area here. All right. So what do you guys think? You like that stamp set? You're gonna give it a try. Here's the one in the gold embossing, and the Blackberry Bliss. That's the other one. But boy, these this is a beautiful stamp set. Don't be afraid of these large ones. Another way you can use it is you can just stamp this and then cut these out and layer them on. That was another good way of doing it. Linda, I'm somewhere in between simple and not too simple. Well, that's what you come to class for, is to learn the not too simple, and you can always simplify it even more. I mean, this card would have been pretty just with a plain background and a sentiment stamp. You didn't even have to do any of that. So same usually with our designer series paper. You use your designer series paper, a simple sentiment, maybe you buy some bling. But here, I'm going to put you guys up so you can see ya. All right, so we've got a whole lot to look forward to. I wish I could show you some more in here, but you got a good flavor for it. If you don't have a demo already and you need a catalog, I don't have all the catalogs yet. I can't even order those until next month. But if you don't have someone you're already working with, let me know. I can send you a catalog. stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com. Also, I always put the measurements for everything on my blog a little bit later, which is stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com, and you'll get all the measurements and pictures and such. So you guys have a great week, and I'll see you again next week. Don't forget to look at that last chance list. Get your list going. I'm sorry, I thought I wrote it down, but I don't think I have the dates. I know it's not till April till these go live, these last chance lists. So I will get that to you next week. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.